USA Pickleball National Championship Series. Brought to you by LSI, Acacia, Zealous, Pickleball Central, Franklin, and Original Penguin.
Welcome back to men's pro singles bronze medal match. Tyson McGuffin, Jocelyn Devilliers, 2 seed, 4 seed. Winner gets Zane Navratil in the gold medal match. Dave, what's your predictions here?
I don't want to make predictions, but I want to talk about how the match could go.
All right, well, give it to me.
First of all, you've got McGuffin, who's going to be hitting the big ground strokes, got the huge forehand, the quickness. He is going to want to dictate points. He loves some cat and mouse points. But then on the other side, you've got the reach and the relentless volley pressure. So will the McGuffin speed, quickness, variety of shots loves that little one-handed backhand flick versus just, I'm coming forward. The Frenchman's coming forward all day. He's just going to keep coming. Can McGuffin deal with it?
Nice pressure there on the flip side from McGuffin.
Perfect first volley. Because he's got to keep coming too. If he's not going to sit back. This is going to be pressure on both sides.
Just long there on the serve from McGuffin, and in the crowd we got McGuffin's longtime coach Morgan Evans over there taking a peek.
Jay called it good.
Of course he called it good.
Tyson let it go.
Yeah.
And Jocelyn called it good. There you go.
And Tyson just looks at him and goes, that was pretty confident. That's an easy volley that McGuffin will not miss again.
No, it was up, not the ball. That was one of those Jocelyn didn't like off his paddle. I can't believe he's still serving.
Oh, and there's a nice forehand winner from Devilliers.
And that's what can happen. You miss one, it costs you one, but how many is it going to cost you now? Now we're at 2. Can McGuffin get a nice deep return, get the ball back here so that one mistake doesn't create 3 or 4 points?
Right on cue right there,
Yep.
Dave. He ends that and punches that ball straight down in the ground. I like that inside-out forehand right there. If he's just got to find the right size and shape there for that, and he will. It might take him one more, but he'll find that. Oh, too good from the big Frenchman.
Man. Devilliers right there. Return down the middle, give him very little angle, yet still that in. That was just right out the gate. Jocelyn's got everything working.
Oh, right there, and then flat down the line with the forehand. I mean, now, you know, if you're on the other side of the net, Dave, what are you thinking?
Thinking I'd like to avoid the forehand on this point.
Nice job right there by McGuffin and Coach Dave Fleming finding that backhand of Devilliers. And not saying it's a weakness, but it's weaker than the big forehand.
Again, one of the more lethal forehands in our game is McGuffin's. Hasn't done in here against what's coming at him from Devilliers.
Again, Devilliers just dialed in, because even if McGuffin hits that off the frame of his paddle, but even if he doesn't, that ball's in.
Oh, for sure.
Let's see if McGuffin can answer a little bit here and just chip away at this 6-0 lead.
Great hustle, but too much French reach there Way too much.
Yeah, he's just a very large man on the other side of the net, and when he can cover pretty much 90% of the court, that leaves 10% open.
Got what he wanted there. Just not sharp yet for McGuffin.
No, he almost looks a little off at the moment. Oh, wow. Now that's a great ball.
Just beautiful paddle positioning. You know, McGuffin plays with that paddle in front. It's his signature. He's great at it. Just block that right behind Devilliers there. Beautifully done. Just too good.
Yeah.
Just too good. I mean, sometimes you just got to tip your Tyson McGuffin cap and say, that guy's too good on that point.
That's the hardest thing to do, is to admit when someone else is, you know, kind of rolling over you at the moment and tip your cap, and that's just very tough.
So you got to make them tip their cap or their bandana, in this case, at you.
All right, so that's the second one we've seen that way, and we just need to dial that in one more, and he's perfect.
Just clicking that dial in meter on that Selkirk paddle. He's got the Electrify paddle out there today.
Yeah, he does. Talking with him earlier, working on his new signature paddle with the signature colors. It'll be pretty.
Everything about Tyson is going to be pretty, so I'm not surprised by that news. Yeah, he just not perfectly sharp and dialed in here yet.
That's a great ball from Devilliers.
Yeah, just his forehand is dominant. Like, if you would have thought, okay, the forehand's, you know, maybe 50-50, even maybe a slight advantage to McGuffin. This is 90-10 or more. And guess what? It's not Jocelyn's issue if McGuffin is not on right now.
No,
just
not
run him over. Just run him over. You know, you can't afford to let somebody back in who is a player of the caliber of McGuffin.
Nice ball there from McGuffin, and that's all it might take right there, Dave, is one ball. One ball like that he can get that winner, and now things change. Oh, I thought on the third one he'd be dialed in right there, and just misses it.
The dial wasn't quite accurate there on the forehand, but, you know, this is a guy that's played tons of huge singles matches. Stay tuned.
Oh, that's a rare miss right there on an easy volley.
It's the first forehand that hasn't gone Devilliers' way here, and McGuffin will gladly accept that. And, you know, maybe you can get it to 9-4, 9-5, then you start thinking about, okay, at the very least, get your forehand dialed in.
Devilliers was calling that in way before it even landed. He was just like, that's just too good of a shot right there.
So he's running around the forehand and yanked it down the line twice. He has not found the cross-court forehand yet. When he runs inside out, so I'm talking the backhand corner to the backhand corner.
The fact that McGuffin got to that ball on that forehand side, very tough.
He's waiting. That's the problem. The Frenchman was waiting. Devilliers was ready.
Nice job by McGuffin controlling the kitchen line there.
You know, at the very least, you want to take a pound of flesh out of this. You want to, you know, this is a singles physical battle. Make him run. Make him really earn this.
Gets the tape and gets the roll. Everything going Devilliers' way right here in game one. 9-3 lead. And a timeout here from McGuffin after Devilliers gets the roll off of the tape. And Devilliers goes up and sits with the McGuffin clan, oddly enough.
Guess what? We got more great pickleball, though, Dom.
I mean, we got next on the attraction list.
Yes.
What's coming next, Dave, is Leah Jansen against Jill Braverman, women's pro singles gold medal match right here after these boys, McGuffin and Devilliers, finish up. It's going to be a fun one there, Dave.
It is. I mean, there was a lot of chatter across the net. I called that match. There's, you know, Jansen shows up in gold shorts. Guess who's in the gold medal match? Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
It's just anticipation right there, Dave.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great final.
Yes. Before that, though, this is going to turn out to be a battle here if McGuffin's got anything to say about it. Oh, and he does. Devilliers tries to just go body to body, and McGuffin sitting there.
Again, one of the best at having that paddle ready out in front. And the body attack was exactly where he was ready.
So you hear Tyson, you don't, we do hear him say 0 for 4. And he's talking about the 3 he's missed on the other opposite side, and now that one there, just not finely tuned right now. Just wide.
It's not by much. You know. McGuffin cannot believe that these forehand. He finally got the run around inside out to the backhand side. That dip set up the next one. That's exactly the point construction he wants, and then he pulled it wide.
It's a great forehand there from McGuffin, and now here he comes.
The barking.
Yeah,
all right.
it
now,
started.
Okay, folks, it's on. Okay. The ball is going.
Just misses that. And even though Dave, okay, say it's 9-3, if this game slips away from McGuffin, I want to see that intensity out of him as he creeps back in this match
100%.
into the second game.
Yes, and I want to see him, if I'm coaching him, it's make 2 forehands in a row. We're happy to make one, but the second one's sitting there, and he can't make it right now.
Oh, what a point there from both of these guys. I mean, watch this get here. The fact that Devilliers almost drops that ball in. Incredible get, incredible reach. And still no points. We've been at 9-3 here for a while. See, now, McGuffin doesn't have the size of Devilliers, but he plays the cat and mouse just as good as anybody.
Well, he's got the quickness. I mean, that's, you got to have one or the other to play it well. He's got the quickness.
Just long.
Yep.
Point McGuffin, 5-9. Drops that ball in the baseline, and McGuffin's barking, you're in trouble, as he starts to get fired up here in this first game.
Yeah, just zero interest in hitting any sort of backhand, literally on every return.
None.
Zero.
None.
Running around to all of them. Coming over here, and that one, again, the ones he's yanked down the line have been very effective. There's another one right there.
Devilliers calling a timeout here, and we're at 7-9. All of a sudden, when McGuffin, we're talking about not finely tuned, doesn't have everything going, Dave, all of a sudden, it's clicking.
It is, and there's still some refinement to come,
right,
for sure.
There's room.
More. Oh, there's definitely room. You know, Jocelyn Devilliers just needs to go, all right, I was ahead. I'm still ahead. Good timeout. Settle this down. You don't have an emotional player on both sides. You have a very emotional player on both sides here, okay? So, all right, how do I settle my own emotions, being Devilliers, and then McGuffin's going to come out. You know, obviously the talk of the town is the Navratil and Morgan Evans serves, but for the longest time, a big differentiator has been the McGuffin serve, hit well, struck with pace and topspin with the depth. That's still been creating some short returns off the Vulcan paddle of Devilliers. So this needs to be the best serve I've hit all day from McGuffin. You know, do I want to, you know, Devilliers loves to cut that backhand. Let's make it harder. Let's maybe body him up on that. He stands as far back as he can to be able to step in and hit that. And then if I'm Jocelyn, I want to do exactly that, hit a good deep return.
Oh, there it is. And it is just getting more and more intense here from McGuffin. 8-9, Dave.
Yep, and that's the first time he's put 2 in a row. Forehands. It's one straight off the single.
And the answer finally from Devilliers to stop that McGuffin train from rolling in.
Yeah, you know, you still got the lead.
Yeah.
It's the smallest one you can have, but you've got it.
And Devilliers trying to go that inside-out forehand and just overhits it a little bit.
And this has been a match of whose forehand is dictating. Devilliers gets out. Here comes Tyson. He's within 1.
Oh, that's a great job by Devilliers. Usually he'll bring that across court, and what's he do here? Goes flat with it.
And watch, McGuffin chases the cross court right here. He literally split step, ready to explode to his left with a backhand volley. Wasn't there.
Dave, McGuffin has really honed in on getting away from that Devilliers forehand.
Yeah, I mean, he kept going there, and it kept getting ripped past him. I'd be done with it. We know he has a great backhand, but I'd be sickened of picking up the ball after it hit the ESPN sign.
Oh, what coverage by both of these gentlemen there, Dave, on this point. Watch McGuffin sprint 20 feet sideline to sideline to get that ball, but Devilliers just with a touch.
He doesn't even really turn his whole body over there. He's like, yeah, it's going in. I'll give it a little glance just to be sure.
Oh. McGuffin thought there was no chance this was going to be ATP.
Look at what reach can do for you.
But look at how late did he leave that ball. I mean, it was 2 inches off the ground by the time he hit that. What a play by Devilliers to give himself a game point here in the first game, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, 2 things happened there. Devilliers ran around his backhand so he could hit a forehand there, which started a much better piece of point construction there. The backhand had caught the net 2 or 3 times in a row. All right, I'm watching McGuffin forehands come flying past me. I'm not happy about that, but I still have the lead. And now got that forehand point, and then again, everyone loves an ATP. They do happen in singles, as we've seen here. Usually when there's the cat and mouse, when someone just sort of slices something a little too wide or takes too big of an angle. I guarantee you, as you said, Dom, McGuffin thought that is not an ATP. That's going to be a hit the post. That's an HTP, and I'm going to be thrilled. And then he was able to both get there, let it get low, and then arc it with a little curve, and he's got a game point.
Oh, just wide by McGuffin down the line, which turns into an 11-8 Devilliers win in game 1. We'll move on to game number 2, We're going to take a break. When we return, we will have that second game for you. Don't go anywhere.
Quick as these guys are in sliding, you actually just put too much torque on your own shoes and slide right out of it, and that's what happened right there.
What a return on a ball that Devilliers, that was a great serve. I mean, the fact that McGuffin returned that with as much pace as he did, impressive.
Yeah, both guys just trying. What can I do to get a couple points? Just do something ugly, do something scrappy.
Oh, that's a clean winner. McGuffin looks over at his camp for some encouragement.
But the return is just begging for that to happen. In the middle of the court, halfway into the transition. So I like it. In 2 consecutive points, we've had a come on and a fired up on both sides. So, you know, let's see the quality of the play rise here. My fault.
Yeah, that's on you.
It's 100% my fault. I apologize to McGuffin, his team, and anyone else.
Just misses that. And again, on a not really a sitter because it was a deep return,
right,
but it was high and bounced up to a Devilliers forehand that's wicked.
Yeah. Just can't. That just can't be missed.
The difference on that, Dave, McGuffin taking that out of the air.
100%. You got to keep coming. If you think you hit a good ball, you've got to keep coming and cut down options for your opponent. And then you take time away. If you come forward, you're taking time away from your opponent. If you let that bounce, one's in perfect position to volley that.
A little too much there, and we're at our 5th tie already. We've been tied at 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 here. So this game a little different than game 1. McGuffin just kind of guessing there that Devilliers is going to pull this back, and he kind of sits middle.
Yeah, that's just a great hold, and what we mean by hold is just don't commit until the last minute on the paddle face.
Oh, what a backhand flip there from McGuffin. Oh, beautiful.
Right in that corner pocket.
Oh, he call it?
He should have. He has to. You got to call that.
Got to call that.
That one's called.
Oh, way to hold it, Dave, just like you were talking about before. He holds that to the very end and flicks that inside out. And yet, Dave, another tie game now at 8.
Tells me there's not a lot of runs in this game.
Not one bit. Biggest run of the game was a 2-0 lead for Devilliers.
Devilliers is like, look at the paddle. It's going down the line on that finishing volley there, and he still ran to cover a cross-court ball.
Oh, then he gets that break. McGuffin did not need that.
Not at 8-all down a game.
No. And like we talked about, McGuffin not the same size as Devilliers, but he makes himself that big.
Yeah.
And his stretch, his length, his reach.
Both players trying to get to the level they know they're capable of, just can't quite get there.
Did you watch Devilliers just baby that return? It just got very
Safe.
soft with it. Didn't swing through it. It ends up in transition, and McGuffin able to do something with it. Again, that ball out of the air, Dave.
And that took a full sprint. That took a, I really like the drop I just hit, and I'm running to where I think the next ball is going. Brilliantly struck, and look where we're at.
Game point, McGuffin just missing that. A chance here for Devilliers to answer.
And a massive 2-point run there, Dom.
Huge, huge, huge 2-point run.
Timing was good, though. Devilliers was feeling and looking very comfortable earlier in this. He is not looking comfortable at all right now.
No, hands on his
knees. Look at that. Just trying to find some way to be settled in. Now McGuffin has another game point.
Just misses corner pocket again.
Beautiful little backhand cut that didn't have enough momentum to slide around for an ATP that created an opportunity for him. Yeah, the Devilliers forehand sharp this time, and frustration is mounting.
Gets it there, ends game number 2. Same score as game 1, 11-8. And Dave, you're talking about that little bit of a frustration out of Devilliers. I mean, we're talking 4 weeks out here, a month out in California. Sure. And that may be coming into play right now. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have that third and decisive game here on Championship Court.
And I'm here to tell you why the pros prefer the Franklin X40 Pickleball. I really like the durability. It's pretty rare that I crack one of these. I really like the balance in the ball. I really love this ball because of the color. The visibility at any time during the day is always extremely easy to see. So I think it's not just for the players, it's also a great spectator ball.
Where would you rather be other than at the USA Pickleball Newport Beach Championships Game 3 bronze medal match, men's pro singles? Devilliers McGuffin split games 11-8, 11-8. going to game 3, Dave. Going to be a fun one here.
I don't want to be anywhere else but here. Let's go. Let's go.
Right off the bat, a service error from Devilliers.
Devilliers was definitely affected by a noise off court there. So McGuffin will serve first.
Just wide, and again, we talked about it just a little, Dave. We hit on it a little bit of the fatigue factor. Devilliers has been out here in California for a month now. Played 4 tournaments. You know, is that coming into play?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, he's also, you know, frustrated and distracted by what's going on behind us here. Just that tells me not dialed in and focused. I mean, look at that ball. Is just, I mean, that is not a miss that you see from him. And obviously, like we said in the first game when McGuffin was struggling, that's not Tyson's problem now. McGuffin needs to just go, okay, if this guy's a little off, I'm going to go.
Good leave, because that ball's very close to the sideline and attackable too. But if you're going to let that go, you better hope and pray that that's not going to be in, because then it makes it tougher.
Try and get a wind gauge halfway up.
Oh, too good. McGuffin's growling out here. 2-0 lead. Makes it 3 right there.
Yeah, and the return is short and safe. That one finally stays in. The inside out with depth hasn't been in there all day, but he gets in position. And oh yes, just inside the line there. And this is not when you were already frustrated, the start that Devilliers wanted.
Oh, needed it.
Still got a smile on his face, both players. I love it. So Devilliers needs to find, you know, the forehand sort of got away from him there at the end of game 2. Can he get that or the backhand going?
Oh, McGuffin just controlling everything at the kitchen line. Devilliers just throwing his hands up, kind of, what can I do here? That's a big kitchen battle win for Devilliers, confidence-wise. Needs something to get him going, because he is not the same person we saw in game 1.
Nope. Missed returns are always welcome when you're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the hands by McGuffin to be able to get that ball off the tape and just throw it back over there were phenomenal. And then the choice that Devilliers made there is just a half roll right into the wheelhouse, not a well-struck ball.
Devilliers is on tilt right now.
He's set under his breath on this side. You know, he's just frustrated, and it's apparent. You know, can he find it before this gets all the way away?
Yeah, he's got to find something here, and it's not external, it's within.
Oh,
he's got to find it
100%.
within himself to battle out of this.
Yeah, after this series of forehanded misses, you know, he's threatened to throw the paddle, so he's actually walking over to our referee.
Change paddles.
He changed paddles there. That's Alan Roman over there calling it.
McGuffin gets the end change on his terms here. Watch this forehand winner down the line. Beautiful execution. And again, watch that ball, Dave. And all he does is hit that about 60% on the line.
You know, with the right amount of spin to keep it in. So if you roll it with and just a little bit of follow through that gives it just a slight arc and curve, that's all you need. Because the ball is low. Low is all you need there with placement. You don't need pace. So, you know, if I'm Devilliers' coach, okay, you wanted a new paddle? Good, you got a new paddle. All right. Make him beat us, but play confident returns. Let's get some depth on these. You're feeding the beast. He's barking at you. You gonna let him bark at you?
Yeah.
Don't let him bark at you.
No, not at all.
Drive some deep returns and let's see some big volleys. And if I'm McGuffin's coach, just keep it doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm Devilliers. It's time to kennel up that dog, and it is not happening because he is running wild right now. Everything he's hitting is going in. 7-1 lead in total control of this match.
Great volley there. That's a quick visit to Bark Busters right there. So can he get something rolling?
I mean, McGuffin's just throwing darts, Dave.
Yeah, but it's the problem, agreed, but the problem is the return was so many options and just a medium roll, just not precise.
No, not the decision he wants, or not the choice he wants to make in that position. We've talked about it numerous times, Dave, is last thing we want to do is bring someone up to the kitchen.
No, you want to hit a winner on that. Okay. Now we're looking at 1-8, but we've also seen the Frenchman come roaring back before. So can he get a couple going here?
I mean, that first ball was a great ball. For McGuffin to actually do something with it, incredible.
Yeah, again, singles requires a great first volley off your approach to keep your opponent back. It's exactly what he did there.
Yeah, just rolling here is Tyson McGuffin.
Folks, chase your great balls. Look where McGuffin finishes at the kitchen. The ball before that was hit just inside the baseline.
Try and do just a little. The backhand winner he needed. Those prior 4 shots seemed a little flat, didn't they?
I mean, they were fine, but the effort, it's not the effort. I mean, this guy's going to play hard. He just can't find the perfect pace.
Yeah! Oh, I like the, okay, now talk about pace, Dave.
Yeah.
He just changed the points. He did not hit. Really, when he hit that winner, the backhand, he took about half off right there. He did the same thing and then cross court.
Full swings weren't working.
Ooh,
so
timeout.
1 come on became 2 come ons, became 3 come ons. So Trey come ons for those of you that like French, and McGuffin enough of this. And
just like that, it is right back in this at 4-9. Don't forget, coming up right after this men's pro singles bronze medal match, we have our women's singles pro gold medal match. Jill Braverman, Leah Jansen, a rematch of the winner's bracket final, Dave, that you called earlier on championship court number 2. It's going to be an absolute war out there.
Yeah, I hope we see a lot of what we saw in the first one. You know, there was some controversy, so I hope that doesn't come back with some involvement of the referee and some line calls, so let's hope that's gone. But both players had game points in game one. We had a 6-0 run to start one of the games by Jansen, and she gave it all up and came back and got it. So I think that was the first time that either one of them had really seen what it's like to be on the other side. It was their first match against each other. They'll have more of an idea in round two.
McGuffin's return, I honestly, I think it hit the tip of the corner.
Yes.
On the back right side. That's how deep it was.
Off the timeout, that's like, what else can you do? That would be ideal if I could do that.
Almost gets it.
Another Ernie Fest 2021 right here, folks. But he did not hit what he wanted there at all. He could have lost that point.
Oh, just like that.
Body language is improved. Walking to the line quickly. Great scramble, got him back in the point, and then that ball just needs to be lay that in the kitchen. Missed that with his feet, not as you know, you're like, oh, that was a bad swing. No, that was bad feet. Take one more stride and just lay that in the kitchen and fight.
Getting a lot more emotion here out of Devilliers after he got, it was 9-1, he made it 9-3, then he made it 9-5, and now he's just chipping away at that lead.
Another missed return. The McGuffin thirds have gone quiet just for a little bit.
Devilliers did a good job of reading McGuffin's pedal the first time, and not that second time.
And he said to himself under his breath, he knows he goes back behind him to the forehand side, yet abandoned that and got beat. Yeah, that's, you know, you wonder how people stay at a certain number for a while. It's third shot execution. And that was not a deep return.
Incredible point on both sides of the net. It was
just awesome gets. You know, average defense from the baseline creates great points because he wasn't able to drop it down and do something, but he fought, just couldn't get it down ever.
Oh, McGuffin, great follow again, following his third in.
Yeah.
Got exactly what he was looking for.
And now you sort of think, I've had 9 for a long time.
Got it.
Yeah, ever since the Barkbusters call, he has been quiet. He got loud after that beautiful forehand volley. Can he put together, you know, a third that he likes here to get a point construction that he, you know, come follow that in like he did the last time?
See, and I like that return for Devilliers over to the McGuffin backhand side. I let him try and hit that forehand because if he can cover that, there's so much court open for Devilliers.
Indeed. The point's over on the next ball one way or the other.
Oh, uses the net, apologizes, and then turns right around with the big fist bump.
Oh, that was 3 or 4 of them. It's 7-9, by the way.
Dave, I mean, we're going 9-1 to 8-9. And it's a McGuffin timeout. I mean, we are looking at deja vu from game 1 where Devilliers was up 9-2 and now McGuffin was up 9-1.
USA Pickleball National Championship Series. Brought to you by LSI, Acacia, Zealous, Pickleball Central, Franklin, and Original Penguin.
So as we're back in here, Dave, again, it's that deja vu moment. Devilliers up 9-2 in game one, wins. McGuffin up 9-1 in this third game, and now all of a sudden it's 8-9. Devilliers right back in after a 7-0 run.
With all the momentum.
Just long, and we're all square here, Dave, at 9.
Unbelievable.
This is incredible. McGuffin trying to fire himself up. Devilliers talking to himself under his breath.
Because he got a forehand he wanted and just didn't hit it square.
And a match point on the paddle of Tyson McGuffin.
And again, what did he do? Chased a beautiful third shot drop off the forehand side and was able to finish it, not with the second one, but with the third one.
Oh, very anticlimactic. Ball called in. Devilliers thought it was out. That's match 11-9. McGuffin with the win. Unbelievable how that ends right there, Dave.
And I think I saw one on the Devilliers side that was potentially out. Again, very close. And we have an overrule, and we're going to take a look at the call overturned by our referee.
All right, so it is
here it comes.
Hard to tell.
Can I see it?
All right, so McGuffin loses game one, 8-11, comes back and wins 11-8, 11-9. Game 3 going to McGuffin. He'll move on to the gold medal match against Zane Navratil. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, women's pro singles gold medal match. Don't go anywhere. Here on Championship Court with Tyson McGuffin at the USA Pickleball Newport Beach Championships. Tyson just won his bronze medal match against Jocelyn Devilliers in 3 games. The story of that whole match was a game of runs. Jay's up 9-2 in the first game. You come back, make that an actual game in the first one. Then the second game, back and forth, kind of tied a bunch. And then in the third game, go right to it, you're up 9-1. What are you thinking at 9-1 in that third game, Ty?
Well, I'm not feeling a lot of pressure, and I'm swinging free, feeling good, feeling like Jay is not going to come back, and the writing's on the wall. And next thing I know, it's 9-all in a hurry. So, first of all, kudos to Jay. The guy's a complete stud. Talk about a guy with upside, and talk about a guy who's breaking the top 3 the last 6 months or so. He's playing at a very high level, so kudos to him. Got Zane coming up here, so I'm looking to get a little revenge. I got beat up earlier, and feeling good though.
Yeah, we've admittedly talked about that in our last interview and how you felt like you got kind of a little manhandled against Navratil. Again, it takes a big man to admit that, but you felt that way. What's your game plan now going in against him a second time today?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I have to neutralize the serve, be able to give myself time and not rush on the serve. The key thing is just making the return and looking to get in there. If I can if I can defend off the fourth ball, it seems like I'm winning a high percentage of points. But when he gets the train moving and he gets the serve and the forehand going, we obviously all know how that's like. He tends to get some points pretty quick. So I'm just hoping to get the return back, defend, maybe turn some points into some cat and mouse stuff, and hoping to get the win.
All right, Ty, well, good luck in that gold medal match. We look forward to it. I know you're going to go sit with your team here for a little bit, rehydrate, get a new shirt on, and get ready for that gold medal match. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Dom.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, women's pro singles gold medal match, Jill Braverman, Leah Jansen. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this one.